Usually when a client calls us, 50% of the time they already have a website. So the question is, do we modify what they have already? Can it be revamped, or does it need to be scrapped and start again? Let's say you're dealing with a revamp. So is your designing your website helping or hindering your success? So you have to have a certain eye to look at your website, not as the person who labored to build it and create it. You have to look at your website through the perspective of someone who is your target demographic. You have to look at your website through the eyes of the person that you're trying to convince to buy your products or services or read your information or whatever it is. My favorite way of going about that is literally to get someone who's in my target demographic to sit down and go on the site, sit down next to them with a pen and paper and say, what do you think? And let them honestly tell me what they think. Sit down next to them. Send them the website, let them send me back their feedback, whatever it is. But if you can get your actual target demographic to do that there, if you get 2 or 3 people to do that, that's the goal. That's why people do focus groups, because you have that actual person there sitting and telling you what they think and feel. But you have to analyze your website in that way. So stuff like, is my text easy to read? Right? If you're going to be dealing with people who are 50 and older, you better not have small text on your website. They might not understand it, vocalize it, but if they're squinting on your screen, they're not in the right state of mind to be listening to what you have to say. So you might say, my text needs to be easy to read for my target demographic. Does my images support my goals? So oftentimes, you'll have images on websites, but more often than not, people who are going at it alone are putting images just for images' sake. They're not really considering one image over another, or whether an image is even necessary. The images should always be supporting what you're doing, as opposed to distracting. So, we fall into, sometimes we deal with a lot of plastic surgeons, let's say. And so we'll put in pretty people on websites. But if you put someone who's too attractive, people go, well, that is absolute nonsense, it's hogwash, there's no way I'm gonna look like that, this person's a liar, I'm not gonna go ahead with their website. No matter how beautiful the website is, no matter how eloquent we're trying to be, the picture just completely put the kibosh in it, they just do not buy it. But if you put someone who's too unattractive, that causes them not to want to go as well. It's like, this is what they're putting up as the type of person I might look like? No, that's not what I want. We see that like someone puts up before and after picture on the website, and the after picture looks just as terrible as the before picture. Well, get that off there. You better have no picture at all than to have an after picture for a plastic surgeon that doesn't look good. But the same thing is true for any image that you put on your website. Some people will put large images on their website, and the text that you would want your target demographic to read is way down somewhere because it's being taken up by some screenshot or some live picture or something because you thought it was particularly relevant to you, but really it's hindering people from viewing your website. And the images should always be there because it's directly supporting your goal. You're not putting an image, just like with your objective strategy and tactics, you're not putting images willy-nilly just because you think it might look better with a picture. You're doing it because there's a measurable success. With the picture, I get more people visiting my website, I get more people staying on my website, I get more people contacting me. Without it, I don't. That's why I have a picture, not for any other reason. Same thing for colors, distracting or alluring. Often get people, orange is my favorite color on my website, green is my favorite color on my website. Put it everywhere. Well, the color is going to affect the how people respond to your website. Are you dealing with a color blind? Can they even see orange on green? Maybe not. Are you going to, is the first thing that people notice on your site the color or the name of your company? If it's the color of the website is way more distracting than the actual content you have on there. Better to have black text on a white background than to distract people from what you're trying to say, no matter how pretty it looks. And finally, is my layout intuitive. As you're using your website, it has to be easy for you to use your website, your own website. And you see this sometimes. You go on a site and you click on something, the button doesn't work. Or you find yourself scrolling a long time in order to get the information that you want. Or you click from page to page to page to get to some detail. You'll often see this with pricing. People hide their pricing, and so you're like, where's the pricing on the site? You're clicking all over, where's the pricing? Why can I get the pricing? And so your statistics might tell you, oh, well, a lot of people are navigating through my website, but they're upset because they can't find the prices that they want, and they never contact you anyway to leave me. Like, an intuitive layout is just as important as anything else on your site. These things require you to basically live and breathe your site. You gotta constantly be using it, constantly be asking people to use it, and constantly asking for feedback. Is this working? Does this work for you? Would you buy anything from the site? As you're using the site, is anything that you think I should change? You have to constantly be asking that again and again and again and again. It's especially important for mobile website. If you find that 50% of your people are, because of your statistics, 50% of your people are coming to your website on a mobile device, you better make sure that your website is easily accessible on a mobile device. If they're pinching and zooming constantly in order to try to get the information that they want, you're liable to get people to leave your site and go to someone else's site that's easier to navigate. The intuitiveness of the layout is just as important as anything else. Does this make sense?